Hi, this is Kana, and I'm here with a very special guest today in the corner. And guess what? It's Vic Mignogna. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Hi, Kana. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I actually have a story to tell all my fans here, just so everybody's clear. We've been trying to talk to Vic for literally like 6 months, and it was pretty insane. It's neither of our faults. We were just really busy, and that's just what happens. So this is a monumental occasion. This is technically our first accepted interview, so...
Oh, it's lies. It's all lies. I've been trying to get on this show for 2 years.
We did see you at Anime Expo, though. Specifically, Sangolem, the founder of the site, was able to at least meet you and talk to you again, but you were swamped, and you weren't even a guest there.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy, especially at the bigger conventions. But you know what? Thank you guys so much for, like I say, staying with it and, keeping the lines of communication open so that I could join you.
I mean, does that sort of thing ever get overwhelming? Like the whole, that many fans just automatically recognizing you even when you're not supposed to be there officially?
Well, you know what? I'll be honest with you, Kana. I never cease to be amazed and humbled and grateful that the fans like my work and they enjoy seeing me at events and they love coming out to whether it's a concert or a Q&A session or an autograph session. I consider myself very, very blessed to do what I do. And while it is somewhat, sometimes it gets overwhelming in that by the end of the day, I just need to go back to my room and sit quietly in the dark and just kind of decompress for a little while. But I just adore the fans. I love them for their support and kindness toward me. And when I'm at a convention, I want to give every measure, every ounce of my energy to let them know how much I appreciate them.
Well, that's really great, and I'm sure they're really grateful for that, because for them, it's like that pent-up energy. Oh my God, I get to meet a star! So...
And then they meet me and they realize there's not so much to it.
I actually remember, this is kind of an old flashback memory for me. I've been attending conventions for about 6 years, and I remember seeing you at Anime Vegas one year.
Oh my gosh, that was a while ago.
It was a really long time ago.
I was only at Anime Vegas the very first year they had it.
Yeah, it was. I'm surprised I remember this, but I remember specifically, I think a fan gave you Edward Elric pants, like jeans, and they had painted Edward Elric on it, and I thought that is so strange because I was
yes. Well, you want to hear the funniest part?
Oh, what's that?
Since that time, I think in my closet now, I have 4 pair of jeans that different fans have painted characters on for me.
That's amazing.
Well, it's crazy, and I just can't get over it. I mean, the fans are just they're so giving and they're so generous. And I literally have a room in my house that is allocated for nothing but fan gifts. And it is waist high, chest high with all kinds of gifts and presents that I've been given over the years. And I never cease to be amazed and humbled by it.
Oh, that's really cool. We're gonna take a short break to make sure everything is working. But don't worry, we'll just play a little bit of music, and when we come back, we'll be talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. 918thefan.com. Have you logged on today?
Who, me? No. No?
iStock's daily news show, video reviews, articles, forums, and an anime directory. Don't get left behind. Log in today. Only on
918thefan.com?
918thefan.com.
Alright, 918thefan.com.
On the topic of Edward Elric, you actually recently get to reprise your role now in the Brotherhood series.
Yes. Thank you.
You sound excited.
Gosh, you have no idea. You know what? I really wasn't sure how I was going to feel about doing this because, well, first of all, once you finish the first series and it was so well received and it ended up being so popular, part of you is, I have to admit, part of you gets kind of scared to have to go and do it again. because part of you is like, what if I don't do as good a job? Or what if there was some kind of strange, unique magic that was created in that first series that I'm just not going to be able to recreate? And so at the beginning, before we started, it was a little bit daunting. But then, to be honest with you, we got into the first recording session, and after so many years of not doing that character and not, doing that voice with the character on screen, I fell right back into it so easily. And ever since, we're up to like episode, I don't even know. We're probably in the 24, 25 range now we've already recorded, and ever since the plot started moving into a new direction, and there are new characters and new settings and new storylines, I have just been so excited to be taking that character on all of these new journeys. It's really exciting.
I'm sure a lot of the fans will be really relieved to hear that, especially since, there's starting with a new character and then there's trying to go back to another one, and I would assume that going back to an old one would be really hard to do.
Well, it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge, because what's interesting, Kana, is that as an actor, when you finish a series and you go to conventions and kids are constantly asking you to do this voice, do that voice, say this line as Ed, will you read this thing that I wrote as Ed, or you do this fun little joking around with the character, something happens. Very, very subtly over the course of time, you start to drift away from what the original character was. And it becomes more of a caricature of the character. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand what you're getting at.
And so I'll be honest with you, what happened with some of the actors in Brotherhood was when they came back in to reprise their roles, the character voice that they used had developed beyond where they left it at the end of the series. And they were actually kind of overdoing it a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can understand the dramatic effect and whatnot.
Yeah, so the director had to actually work with them to kind of dial them back into the original character, play them some reference lines from their original performances so they could remember what the actual character was like.
See, that's pretty insightful. I was also curious, Alphonse, I believe, is getting a different voice actor this time around. And I know some fans were a little bit worried about that because you had said at one point, and actually one of your YouTube videos a long time ago, that you and the original voice actor were kind of like brothers.
Yes, Aaron and I are very close. I love him to death. And, nobody was more disappointed that he wasn't going to be able to play Al than I was. Maybe Aaron. maybe he's the only one who was more disappointed. But I was really sorry about that. But I got to tell you and all of your listeners, Maxie Whitehead is the bomb. She is doing an amazing job with that character. She is really, really captured very, very close to the original vocal quality and performance that Aaron did with Al. I'll be honest with you, when I'm recording sometimes and I'll be doing a scene with Al, I'll even forget sometimes that it's not Aaron anymore.
So the chemistry is definitely there.
Well, yeah, it is. I think it is. And like I say, it was a necessity, first of all, Kana. There was no physical way Aaron could play the role. It was a physical impossibility. There's no way he could do the role. So they were only left with trying to find people that, number one, could sound similar to what Aaron sounded like, and number two, equally important, to be able to handle the dramatic weight of the role. And Aaron was uniquely gifted to be so young and to do such a good job with that role. But Maxie is a grown woman, and she's a very, very competent actress. So she's going to do a great job with the acting portion of the character. So the big challenge for her is to try to sound, to tweak and tailor her voice, customize her voice to try to sound close enough to Al's to Aaron's Al, so that it won't be distracting to the fans.
Well, in general, it just sounds like the series itself is getting, as much attention as it deserves. There's so many people who are excited about it, so that's really neat to hear.
Yeah, I'm definitely at the top of the list because I'm very, very excited about Brotherhood, and I think it's going to be every bit as exciting and fun and entertaining and popular as the original was.
Now, this might be a little bit too early to ask, but do you know if there's any plans to air this on, cable or Adult Swim or anything like that?
Okay, first of all, let me start with the disclaimer that I am nobody. I don't have any authority. I don't speak officially on it for anybody. I'm not speaking on Funimation's behalf. I don't know any inside scoop, and I wouldn't be allowed to say it if I did. But I will tell you this. Full Metal Alchemist was one of the most popular shows Cartoon Network has. They have rerun it, gosh, how many times now? 8?
I think they're rerunning it right now, actually.
They are. I was at a convention a few weeks ago, and I was back in my hotel room, and I was in bed, unwinding, and I was going through the channels, and lo and behold, there it is again. I think they've rerun it 8 or 9 times now, at least. And it's a very, very popular show for them. It generated a great deal of popularity and viewership for them. So, having said that, I can't imagine Cartoon Network not picking up the new series.
It does seem kind of silly if they didn't. But
and to be honest with you, if they don't pick it up, I think the statistics alone would probably make it a very what's the word I'm looking for? A valuable program for some other network. I mean, Cartoon Network, obviously, they probably get the first right of refusal, but even if they, for whatever reason, if they don't want it, all I would think that Funimation would have to do is to walk into any number of networks and say, here, look at this statistic chart. Look at the numbers, on this show.
Right.
And I would think that, let me put it this way. There are a lot of shows that are being aired right now, animes, that are nowhere near as popular or as good a show as Full Metal is. So I have every reason to believe, without knowing anything officially, I have every reason to believe and hope that it will find its way onto television, and hopefully we'll know about that soon.
I mean, if anything, from what I know, Funimation is streaming the Japanese version legally on their website, so hopefully they'll eventually stream the dub legally on their website as well.
Well, I don't know exactly what Funimation's plans are, and I wouldn't presume to know what the experts have in store for us. I don't really have any expertise in the distribution of anything. I do hope it gets on television, because I think the fans that enjoyed the original would really enjoy this one as well.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. I think a few of our staff members have seen little snippets of it, and they're excited. I hear a lot of chatter. I haven't gotten the chance yet, though.
Oh, well, good. I'll look
I
forward
have seen
to hearing.
Orange High School Host Club, though. That's one thing I can credit.
Baby, come on. You and me both. I love Oran so much.
I was so amazed when I heard that you were casted as Tamaki, because I utterly love Tamaki, and he's a total heartthrob, let's face it. And I just pictured your Edward Elric voice and just complaining that you were short all the time, and I was like, huh. And then you came out and you did it, and it was just like, wow, you're still a heartthrob. Thanks.
But God
did that well.
Bless you, sweetie. I fell in love with Tamaki before that show was even licensed. And I was hoping to get the chance to audition for him. And at the time that I fell in love with that show and that character in particular, Funimation didn't even have the license. So there was no way of knowing if I would ever even get a chance to play that character. And just, the way things worked out, I got to, Funimation did get the show. I did get to audition. I got to play the role that I had dreamed of playing. and I'll tell you, I savored every minute.
All the emotional, like crying and dramatics.
My gosh,
You must have loved it.
I love Tamaki. In fact, you know what? I have a note I wrote to myself a couple of months ago to learn to play the song that Tamaki plays on the piano. Because, you know, I play piano and write music professionally and stuff. And
yeah, you're a very talented musician.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Well, I do that, and I thought to myself, what would be more fun than to sit down at a convention and to play that piece of music? So it's on my list of things to do to learn that piece of music. Although the list of things to do is a very long list.
Well, you did do one of them, I'm assuming, the Guilty Beauty Love on your YouTube.
Yes. Did you see it?
I did, and I was amazed. That was so good.
Well, some fans wrote me and said, hey, did you know that Tamaki has a character song? I was like, oh, no, really? And they gave a link to it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to record this. So there was no English version of the lyric. There was just like a direct translation, but the direct translation doesn't fit into the, to the melody of the lyric.
Right.
It's got to be adapted. So I sat down and adapted the lyric, and then started working on recreating the music as close as I could to the original track, because there wasn't a karaoke track for it. So I put that all together, and actually that's one of the songs that I love to do at my concerts when I get to do concerts at conventions.
Oh, and then there's a prattle of just fangirl squeals throughout the whole room. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, well, I always keep it in perspective. I know that the fangirl squeals are for Tamaki, not for me. So I'm cool with that.
Well, no, I mean, you made the character come alive for the English audience, so you got to take some credit for it.
Well, I certainly did my best, and I know that there were some people that, that oh my gosh, Edward Elric is playing Tamaki. That won't work at all. That'll never work. But I really did the best I could with that character. I really loved that show, and I really am grateful for all the fans that were so supportive, and they really enjoyed the way the dub came out, and we were all very proud of the way it turned out. So we'd love to see more Oron. We'd love to see more of that show. Oh
God, that'd be awesome. They keep going with the manga, so hopefully they'll make a season 2. But it seems like they wanted to stay at their comedic roots.
That would be great.
We're gonna take one more musical break just to give a little pause for everybody. But when we come back, we'll be talking even more about Vic Mignogna. Ever wonder what's going on in the anime world? Check out 918 The Fan every weekday for the newest iStock. We'll fill you in on everything you need to know in 3 minutes or less. Only on 918thefan.com. But I do keep mentioning your YouTube, and would you like to tell all of our fans what your YouTube is?
You mean like what the name is?
Yeah, the name, because they can add the URL at the end, and we'll post it at the end of the show so they can get to it.
Well, yeah, it's a strange word. A couple of my officers that are in the Rangers, the Risenbull Rangers is
your fan club.
Yes,
from what I know.
Club that I love, and I'm sending a special shout out of hugs and loves and kisses to all the Rangers that are listening. But a couple of the officers in the Rangers decided to create a YouTube account for me, and they contacted me one night and said, "Okay, we've created a YouTube account for you, and your YouTube account is called. Your name is Mignogna Naganu." And I'm like, what? What the heck is that? And they're like, it's spelled Mignognaahano. It's the stupidest thing.
It's like a cutesy name they can call you. If they can manage to say it.
It's a lot easier to say than it is to spell. Mignogna Naganu. But, yeah, there are a lot of fun videos up there that I've done over the years, and And certainly there are some music videos to songs of mine and different anime themes and my little World of Warcraft commercial and a whole bunch of fun little videos up there. So I invite everybody to come and check it out.
Well, you obviously have a fan base that loves you to be able to, produce and put something like that together. So
I love them, so it's mutual.
And then you also have your own website, which is vicsworld.net, I believe.
Yes. I created vicsworld.net probably 7 or 8 years ago, at least, maybe 9 years ago. I don't even remember. 7 or 8 years ago, and it is my professional website where people can go to see the different things, see and read about, and hear some samples of the different things that I do professionally, whether it's voice acting or music or video and film production or graphic design. All of that kind of stuff is represented there.
You've just dabbled in about everything. Do you have a favorite with all these things that you do?
Oh, I don't know that I could pick one. I certainly hope that I never have to pick just one. I love all the things that I get to do, and my love for music and acting and shooting and directing film and video and telling stories and singing and graphic design, and I just like to create stuff. It's just kind of all things creative. I've done clay sculpture and I've written stage plays, and I just love to do just about everything of a creative nature. And I would die if I ever had to pick just one, because I want to be able to continue to do all of them.
I can understand that. I mean, they have 918 Fan. They have me as their poster girl for all the video editing and the audio, and then I also sew all my costumes for the convention. So I couldn't pick just one if I was in your shoes either.
Exactly. And some people are like, man, if you were to just focus on one thing, you could be really, really good at it. And I'm like, well, maybe that may be so, but I really love all of the things that I do, and I wouldn't change anything.
Well, that's most important, and you have a lot of fans that love you, and you obviously really love your roles, and that's really important to a lot of people.
I do. I've been very, very blessed. I'm very, very grateful to God for all of the roles that I've gotten to play, no matter how big or small they are, and I don't, at the time I may have wanted to do a different role than I was cast in. But then as soon as I started doing that role, I just kind of fell in love with it and, did the best I could do. And hopefully the fans have enjoyed them as much as I've enjoyed doing them.
Well, I'm sure our fans will enjoy this whole big interview. But as you know, our fans are stalkers. So do you have any other place that they could stalk you at?
Well, like I said, let me strongly invite you guys with big open arms to join the Risenbool Rangers. At www.risembool.rangers.com. We 2 or 3 fans started this fan club about 3.5 years ago, and today we have almost 11,000 members. It's an amazing group of people from all over the world, and they immediately have 11,000 family and friends, and they come to conventions and meet up, and we have all kinds of great fun things on the Ranger site and forums and chat rooms and all kinds of neat things. And I just really love what a community the Rangers have become. So anybody out there, consider yourselves officially invited to join the Rangers. Let's see, what else? All of my music is on iTunes. I have 5 CDs on iTunes. Just recently, last week, I recorded a Christmas duet with Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh, really? That's
Johnny and I decided we were going to sing a Christmas duet. And so I put all the music together, and Johnny sang a vocal and sent it to me, and then I sang my vocal and put it all together. And it's actually available at con.com Like it's CONDOTCOM.com. And if you got any fans out there that would like to have a fun Christmas song to share with your family this Christmas season, go and check that out.
See, I'll be checking that out because I happen to be both a fan of you and Johnny Young Bosch.
Well, good.
So,
there you go. So
that's actually really neat. We'll definitely post all of these links later on the website so you guys can see everything.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we love promoting you, and we love seeing that, you enjoy all your fans and everything like that.
I do. Thank you so much for posting those.
Did you have any conventions you were planning on going to this year? Maybe we can meet you in person.
Well, on the Risen Bull Rangers website, there is a link right on the front page called Vic's Con List, and you guys can go there and just check out the conventions that I'm scheduled at and confirmed to be at next year. Certainly come out. I'm working on several different shows right now. Of course, as I say, Brotherhood. A couple of others that I don't think have been announced yet. Of course, we're still working on Bleach, Naruto, and I've just got done doing a couple of big video games that, unfortunately, you know how video games are. They're very...
You can't say anything.
They're very secretive about the video games. Oh, I have another thing I want to plug to the fans.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
If anybody has done any research on me, they know by now that I am a huge, enormous Star Trek fan. Original series. Not anything past the original series, but the original Star Trek series. When I was a little kid, I absolutely ate, slept, and breathed that show. Memorized entire episodes, made costumes, went to conventions, everything. So recently I have gotten involved with an online web series called Star Trek New Voyages. StarTrekNewVoyages.com. You can also get to their website at StarTrekPhase2.com. These are guys just like me who, when they were kids, loved Star Trek, and now we're all grown-ups and we're professionals in our fields in different production capacities, and they're making new Star Trek episodes based on the original series. The production value is amazing. The quality is awesome. The costumes, the sets, the music, the special effects are just through the roof. And not only have I been playing some characters on some of the episodes, but this past year I actually directed one of their upcoming episodes called Katumba. And next year I'll be directing another episode, and I'm very excited to be part of Star Trek New Voyages. So if any of you guys out there are sci-fi fans and Star Trek fans, go check out StarTrekNewVoyages.com. They have 6 or 7 episodes already finished that are available to watch for free. And tell them Vic sent you.
That's sort of like a Trekkie dream. How did you hear about that or get involved in that?
It is a complete Trekkie dream. I'll tell you what. To walk on the bridge of the Enterprise, and I'm not kidding you, go to their website and look at the sets and watch some of the episodes. The sets are spot on, perfect replicas of the original. In fact, they're even better because, like, the screens and displays and stuff are all LCD displays and actual screens with looping animation on them. And to walk onto that bridge and to walk down and sit in that captain's chair, it was like I was 12 years old again. It was a childhood dream come true. And then to be, pardon the pun, at the helm of directing some of their episodes and to have become kind of part of their production crew is an enormous privilege. And I love the guys that I work with there, and we're just like kindred spirits, you know?
Well, I think it assures all of us and our fans that you're a geek just like us.
You got it. Oh my gosh, am I ever? Yes, I am one of you, that's for sure.
So that'll make it more comfortable for people to approach Vic in conventions.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine anybody being uncomfortable with approaching me, but if anyone is, don't be. Feel free to just come up and say hi and give me a hug, and I'll look forward to meeting as many of you as possible next year.
Yeah, some people get really starstruck. I've seen it.
Not you, right?
They just shake and they're like, oh my god, and then, they say hi, and that's about the extent of their vocal range.
Yeah, they are so adorable. There are some like that. But now, when am I going to see you guys at a convention? What event am I going to see you at?
Well, this year we're definitely heading to Anime Expo again, because that's the hugest convention ever. We're heading to Anime Vegas. We tried to go to SabotenCon this year, but we missed it. So we'll be trying in 2010. We also have FAnime, I think it is, and SakuraCon.
Right. Well, I will see you guys at Anime Vegas, and I will see you at SakuraCon. I'll be at both those events.
Awesome, that's so great. Especially at Anime Vegas, because it's very down low and chill there.
I am very excited about Anime Vegas. I was there, like I said, the first year they did that con, and I believe it was like 4 years ago. And then for different reasons, I wasn't able to get back. And so I've been talking with the con chair about coming back next year. And I'm also going to be doing a live music concert there as well.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm excited to get back to Vegas.
We'll definitely see you there. I actually reside in Vegas, so I get to see Anime Vegas all the time. And
Awesome.
Bug Richard, so.
Excellent. Well, I will look forward to seeing you there then.
Well, we will be happy to catch you and bug you and give Resin Ball Ranger salutes.
Bring it! Bring it!
We really appreciate you being on the show today. That's it for Vic Mignogna, guys. Thanks again.
My pleasure.